da kwa yi adom ene yima se omuma wo entire nkwa sanso ena osekufo a wo Amasaman Stadium Road saa wonso wonso woda ewa woda nti nana Adekye Donkruya na ene pa yaw ene KT ena ema wontire nkwa ena fe Laura Yangba ena fe Laris Yangba monso misamu ya twins ena ema woda nti Mrs Emma ahenkura se omao entiri enkwa ene ankwa tentene ahoden anopei once again maminchia chief COP nkati Afrimpong COP bi anopei memwachi bebi a obia no michia pa COP nkati Afrimpong Ghana Police Service director general pay ha memwachi police in the back say please mention my name Inspector Adekye anope me moachi na owo Greater Accra Regional SWAT nti Inspector Adekye anope moachi ma osiminchia Regional Operations Superintendent at look mini papa ni at look and afi unit commander ASP Rami ne ebusuafoni nyina afi Sergeant Naomi Japan owo Greater Accra Regional CID ene wona fofo nyina ani titru ani Grace Inspector Adekye se omamu nyina achi anope ne police fo nyina mchicha police ni bi ohwe mi bia nti na eno no wo maka no abrepam ye na yabobom musumudi makomako na anope ye bedi nkomo kakra ye se asomofudwo a na agba kramanya bebi di ni tito asumdwe bibi ehia papa na oman efia asumdwe na edeko abonten na abonten adane ku adane kuru adane oman na fe asumdwe na ko babia na so se ko ba se asumdwe ni oman mu a anakuru mu a aya na edo ha bibre na eba ana no pen komo ebedi efa ye bambo ho ya hwefo be kai a America kra be sinkonie aya obeti yese we atwitu wa ha we atwitu wa bo wetu immigration officers ewo duty how come say obi ewo duty post na ni pebi ebitwam omunim on baby a tu pepe na abo mutu akumom enya normal bisi wa garu na nsen ya ewia kete National Health Insurance Authority office omoko direct eko bisa say director we say director ni ho director ni amonko ba bi e abranch ono te ho a ono asambia say den tew ya bodi tuaku eno achi yakọ school ewo ho ano so teacher pew ya bodi tuaku no omoko abranch bi ono so be muhia po ono so abotu tuaku no enye normal Celebrity Golf Club ewo sakomo no ese mnanti bi ko ho ya chi wo mo de nanso ewie kete kurikuratio pe de ho nsa bebre emo bi kura ko kai so no na yepese assassinate na fan kotin se nukre do no anonim di si wa hwere ase na no pay makakrofi ebo yemu ana obi gina ho ekrokutuo na sefo I say etuo no ai bibia na ka ekukuo mu ade na ka ntampia bonten na so na eye so common everywhere if you festivals as krampo eti bi say de akoyi ye ko ne seni ye ni komo first as mo say mpempi npa bonu fo to be face umase eti take advantage of the situation no mo infiltrate ideas say wo mo eye nti enne Emmanuel Kutin or Executive Director, Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. And meninu wufia otabaha. Na so ene de ni bompu din putiawa. Na fi yedi nkoma fasase. Yima akwaba.
Aja enu.
Na bibia boko.
Nyame de ache ya no pe. Sabuba fo se minchia.
Minchia sabuba fo nyina. Me ache meko se mko dofu. Ko yekua kakra.
Meko 2 weeks ko do kakra.
Aha, ni so meko. Me asa me de wo ayi wo sana ha ayi soro ho no enna medo nti mpeso bia beko ho nti saboba hene wada Roma sasa sene de me dia nti mamu bia enfanisa ima ye hwe yes proliferation of
illicit
arms. Itua ensise kodi ankrankrensem. Na but AK-47 itua apart from security agencies no ense kodi ankrankran bi ense. But enna me no ka say no AK-47 enkrofo bebre ense.
I so common.
Na se for the niema tetesa. Sa niema etetesa no threat ben and the post to at the my yen say oman ebe fire bambo ho a.
Yo, ejama me fa wa kwinjenso na chia itifo nyina na chia production team. The issue of illicit weapons, okay, yeah, do I have several times. One aspect of your security high junior. Now, Osha United States of America, omukra legalize arms in some areas. So, ukodru HBA, you can bear weapons. It makes it easier to even bear weapons the legal way, no. We say a threat ma system no. Na Ghana ha no problem kakra na aba, and we have not averse our minds to. Say yambisa ye ho say sa weapons we then na etime be di nkrofo we insan ansa na yaka the effects of such weapons. Osha your borders no too porous. And can Osha Boku enclave. Because of chieftaincy conflict ranging from Boku pre-independence based in Deno. Only say Boku has become the transit point of illegal weapons in Ghana today.
Wow.
That's the latest statistics, Saba. And the AK-47 Asama Okano, it is in the hands of so many people. And tina ubehu a police folkra bana upe deployment they exercise a lot of caution because ushe etio omukra ekita is not as sophisticated as the criminals. Sakuma no asema o mention here armed robbers confronting police in a shootout. It's very real. Now weapons are not sa nkrofo omo use. And these illicit weapons are behind a lot of the coup d'etats we witness in the Sahel region. Mali, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Guinea. Even Burkina Faso, Niger, Nansia, Ebaye. So we have to take the issue of illicit weapons very serious because your mama first time also arms amnesty. Nkrofo ede omutio bae na wa beji kakra. After that period no one for there mba no omo targeted race no omo chiwa they'll prosecute you. But say after that there was change of government no we didn't sustain it.
Okay.
So there's not a deliberate government policy to tackle these illicit weapons in the hands of people who are not supposed to have them. So bibia correct to say politics. We ba now I any there no call. Security one area and you say for politics cra nkum. Nti dear John Mama start here no. In the last 8 years nanka Nana Akufo-Addo sustain here. So we will not be talking about what we are talking now. Mati say the current interior minister wants to declare arms amnesty in the coming days so that we sa illicit weapons no utimi diba. Now let's go to the effects of such weapons. Chieftaincy conflicts are around the countries no. It's as a result of these illicit weapons. Armed robbery, the same thing. Oshe land guard that has been lawful land owners is as a result of these illicit weapons. Now the Ehajin say violent extremism. Yeah, you feel say it's far away from us. We have to be very careful, especially Ghana being surrounded by these Sahelian countries that has been ravaged by coup d'etats. Now, the very existential threat facing us, Galamsey now, any illicit weapons. Because Galamsey, yes, no, omo forest no.
Yeah.
Local people no omo bekasa, omo mo kwan. Okwa no omo kitatio. Now local people sometimes they feel say etu omo kra no, ebia a mine a small mo. Because those weapons you can find them or you shouldn't find them in the hands of this private citizen. And there's another thing government has not done. Won't say these black meats manufactured these local weapons. I always say that we are sitting on money, but you name the way I bet Dani Yahu net Sikana Abedi sim. If government had held this local blacksmith into an enterprise, they produce, you buy for your local security agencies, you can even export and make money. But because Omu need that channel, they go underground and manufacture for the local people. So people feel that illicit weapons is just about weapons every amanoniba. Bebrena ahana ya manufacture those arms. And the heart of it was okay Alavanyo areas and those things, you know. And there had you say you gave a lot of statistics about some security challenges we face over the period. Once the national security at the Nkratabi Diba Amontin, they were lamenting about the challenges. So questions I say and be say who say I jo munsama and answer them. Because national security there, it is real for national security to release a statement of that nature. And wabi no mo pe announce information on omumaye. Because all these things are intelligence led. So if we don't use intelligence to gather what we need to gather, and we want to fight it the way we have always done it, Eja.
What can be about some extremism I can once me? O share amaya who do be to say in Nigeria, or what you say, the baby boy will rebiase, a kunkum nipa ho, a trejato ho, or moko. Depending deep on any nimbi free, any the inch of bayesa. What they to the see a war, baby to say, for instance, but the Garudian and the Bayan so
yes.
Say Omobano, Omobai, Ebi National Health Insurance Authority for office. Manage director anyhow. Only one a branch of pool, Yabonichu. Omufi one, Sanka, Uchulia, Pool Baku, the Akesomoko, Omanko, but Omuntenia Kudro, echo the next place, school or also head teacher or also. Omu ye no omo nam kwan so obi so no mo ono so nti to say ade no omo ye no openly enye anajo awia kete.
That's true.
Ade na kire yen asoman afa security ho.
Oh eja in the absence of governance or yenye space be a governance in this is what happens. So when some of us preach peace and we urge government to hold the bull by the horn and tackle the Boku issue once and for all. These are some of the unintended consequences. What did them person mean? Garu is closer to Boku. Unim said there are about 40 unapproved routes around Boku. That's so alarming. 40 unapproved routes. And look at the people who are coming in and going out. How are you going to track them? Do you think that it is by mistake Boku has become the transit hub for illicit weapons? Because governance in that space anymore. The criminal groups are taking advantage. The violent extremist groups are taking advantage. And look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. And look at the proximity from Boku to Burkina Faso. So those extremist groups fighting the Burkina Faso government, they are having a field day and ungoverning space in Boku. Now, Akukudua Ukano, it's a sense of entitlement. They feel say it is our land. Now, Adiabakon as a country, we need to address our minds. A decentralization program by we did it so cheaply. We felt that by creating more regions according to ethnic or clan groups, make decentralization programs easier. To say who the Amambo beko to the doorstep of the people. But the unintended consequences ediba. Volta region was CAF, the Akan speaking area, no Mayane Uti region. Now, Oshet Northern region, it was divided into three: the Gunja, the Mampreshi. Who say because of that division, the Mampushes have exerted their authority, say, Asase. Look at what is happening between them and Kusase. Gunjes. You know, recently there was some misunderstanding between them and their brothers, the Brufos, which has been resolved. Just 3 days ago, Kunkumbes and Gunjes, Gulumpe, there's a state of emergency there. Now, Uko Western region, so mu cafe Western North. Uhu chieftaincy issues are horses here. Be a crowd free ho. Omu divide be into how many So I think that government didn't think about these unintended consequences. And people always think that security is just about the gun or killing somebody. There are things that give rise to insecurity. So one tackle the root causes of those triggers na explode. We always respond at that point, emboa obia. And the bottom line is security insecurity be a nick room how obi be some say security analyst or a serious ana. The ewo chrome hani ye poverty any underdevelopment. Nka aban sebi etimi carve out programs no obia benye adwuma ye na di obia ananse development wo ho obia betuma anya bibi aya. Will you have time to bear weapons against your colleague?
Not at all.
At all. Look at this incident. The Kusasi Sambokusa and the Mampre Shisa intermarried. Mubekumi hunse. Gunjes and Kokumbes are intermarried. Mubekumi hunse. Brofos and the Gunjes are intermarried. Mubekumi hunse. Even the ADC to the president, ya Brofo. Does it ring the bell? What is the mitro? So, media, some of these things we bring it upon ourselves. Sometimes, your leaders, they feel that they are doing us a favor. But Africa, we need to have a rethink about our development agenda. Why is it that there is always insecurity in Africa? And you see that there's a nexus between insecurity and poverty and other development. So I think that if we really want to confront insecurity in this country, and share how we can tackle our development holistically and not the piece and bit we do. And almost by cancer, I'm doing this for you, as if Nisika, no, there are more. Meanwhile, Sika, taxpayers' money. We must begin to hold our leaders accountable. Not your politics, your politics. And another thing we need to do is how we can resource our security personnel and look at security sector reforms. Those things are. These things, say they are escalating from one end to the other. And the chieftaincy conflicts have become one too many. Ntakwa beba bia a chieftaincy. Meanwhile, some of us are proposing that chieftaincy has a role to play in our modern governance. We share a history, any values. But if chieftaincy is going to be the cornerstone of our insecurity, exactly, we should revise our notes.
And someone can imagine baby say, but say yes, ahensam ti ahensam me kai ye chi police for chi ni pe bi think say mamehwe se me hu a be ye nakakra ni wo infifi mantem ho baby ni nyina ne say yes ahensam mu masotwe bi nti no mrantie bi akuku omuhia mamehwe I think say me hu ya ka making campaign yet to me ehuni unfortunately me hu a
so Ghana is here ya co school no I think say imra drew for us to admit defeat and yes say we are admitting defeat because we feel say we are defeated because our system rewards defeat. Our system, and can say rewarded defeat. It's not about loyalty. It's no more about merit. So how do you convince a boy, oti kwana no so onko school what I say why ya ko school I can books no ye nenam form obi a wan ko school di politician echi no oti abankai mu. Do you see the psychology or the dimension I'm trying to bring? Aden a krumha, we export good, but we import poverty. How can such a system even help us? How?
Yema ade ba ku bia na wo me pese ya twa adwene so ene obetie na amafu kurikuretuo me bobo ebinu so a Celebrity Golf Club ho say baby a say be ho nye baby hunu sa.
Yeah. I am me golf. I used to live around that area in Sakumono those days.
Na awiakete me bia me concern wo pa ne awiakete nipa no rekono say bia mo hye mask o manim da ho no mu kuretuo. And it's like they shoot as if say they are at war front.
Yeah.
They see enra prince where the sankasa video na yi anopa ni sanka betumi yi they see wo ahwerase no ana yese ahinsemu masotwe kakra bi ntino odwira kama nso sede aye ne ebia obinim de besi obi tina ho awia na ukuratio pump action gun ana na watoto awie no osan lodu like a war front. Enye faako nka ebetu akase baby na etasi sese no ebetu Greater Accra eso Eastern region eso Central region eso Western region eso Volta region. It's like almost every region yeah. Sadia ikoso wo ho eringi baby ana
deterrence na any ho our criminal jurisprudence, so we are there at the heart of our justice system. If they are not punitive deterrents, what happens? You have a field day. There be yan say, obi be say no, or marching no, politician be call police station. And answer I him for be call police station say, Nidishi or ko no. So it's at the heart of our criminal jurisprudence. Until we put system in place that are deterrent enough, it will not take these guys from doing what they are doing. Now, Eja, arms proliferation na yekon hasen. If there's easy access to this weapon, what do you want the people to do with the weapons when there are no jobs in the country? The youth of this country, some are not even motivated to work because ukope juma ediso unimobi. Unimobia, you can have all the fine grades, forget it. So that is what some of us are always calling for. Building institutions is not for anything. A just and accountable system that works for everybody, irrespective of whom you know or you don't know. So ubehu nkrofo omuye we no oyabi na ewo omuhu. What I say, you have pushed me to the wall. I'm almost at the point of death. What I say, if I act or I don't act, I'm dying. So what option or action do you have? So it falls back to our governance system. And to be honest, in Africa, Yashaya will be recolonized because the current system akoye MPP NDC eminyo omambu obehun say someone is accused of corruption. Oye corruption no na minu ni ho. But omudi ni pokro no court no na party for di nechi to give the person moral support. Are you glorifying crime? Even though at that stage I agree that it's alleged, and in our criminal jurisprudence you have to be proven guilty. Until then you are innocent. But in other advanced economy, you won't see that happening. Here, France, former president, so on the prison.
For 5 years.
Can that happen here? In China, former agri minister, our death row, since here, Sikasa no yeah.
Baku bi kura de say odin nkrofo 30, 40, I think $38 million.
Million.
Or name and call for a kind of who you know, almost
Would him say the richest man in China today is behind bars? Are there, or is can be investing in other countries? And you know it's a communist country. The country, the can you know you'll be there. What do I say? But look at what is happening in our part of the world. We glorify corruption, and look, corruption has a lot of security implications. Look, when we talk of security, it goes through the fiber of our lives, from Edwane Yedi to our health care. What I say, bibi a yebe damponi nema. So sika anka say is to be used for obia. No we nipa baako wakofa.
Asemi de bisi.
Now omachi nipa krowe, and you are glorifying it in the name of politics. What is the future of our democracy?
Bambe yan twa adwene se bibi so beti o me no di nkomo ya bibi ba amadwene mu se ye ba bibi ti se galamsey wo mo ho no I quite remember the former Eastern Regional Minister eko at the tax force eko say omo koku galamsey o say on the tax force for no they have to retreat because the kind of weapon na illegal miners no one or no ne for ya aban or mining crop no mu need so you have to retreat.
Exactly.
And now we are fighting galamsey. With that weapon so no was na galamsey for no the adwuma amode weapon no ye ne say no ye mamu fa sa akode no weapon so no enye sa adwuma ne bio meaning say weapon no be di wo nchen na enye adwuma bia until they use it for another adwuma probably for maybe robbery or anything. And you know, every year kono the problem for neighbor and mind you, no so do no so nya Ghana for.
Yeah.
Mali Niger wo de moja na inform.
Yeah.
Eti wo ne say ye totoye efa ye security ho no. Ye be ye ho den ye tumi abo ye ho ban say baby e kono ba fu se bia normal but o dwene ho kwa kire to say sheda anyo normal sa.
Yeah, question wa bisa no. Question na say policy makers and for mwadwin nko ho. That's why in our galamsey fight no, say a holistic approach to that fight. Because your holistic approach to that fight, the unintended consequences will be weapons in that area. No, it will come to the streets. A best streeter will start witnessing kidnapping, serious robbery. We cannot even sleep in our homes. And the few that are rich, they will become a security threat to the very citizen. So, Abano nkede Abani yes or on declare state of emergency, but Aban say no. And after the state of emergency, nkede Aban bet my yen say, Omun declare Omuye armed amnesty in that enclave, because that is the hub. Apart from the Galamsey site, Boku is the next transit point. So these are the areas or the border towns. The intelligence or research may have revealed that these are the hubs where these arms circulate or these transactions go through. Not tackle that as in a very gradual process before they come to the main thing. But Ubeka so I'm declaring arms amnesty will be over to on Fambra. Unim the Nkrofo go and bury their arms in their farms. Unim sir. I've witnessed this before as a child growing up in the Nanumba Kunkumba war. Okay. There were things like that. There was this armed amnesty weapons to take. Nkrofo Kofo no bury or mutu. And the funny thing is that politics endorse. And my prayer to Abai ni say, look, Galamsey doesn't benefit anybody. And I'm happy saying that the minority leader for the first time, Afenyo Maki Honorable, Eka say, the other side of the house is going to support government to fight it. Because you can't discriminate between A or B in this fight. In Sione say, NDC for Kwanenum, MPP for Kwanenum, and now United Party Plus for Kwanenum. Baby, it affects everybody. So as a minor, we have to call a spade and tackle this problem head on. So media has to stand on the point that government should declare a state of emergency in these areas. Not for long, maybe 6 months, as we have always proposed, and look at alternative livelihoods, which is the metro, for the youth in this area. It's not practicable. Those of us who travel around the world, have we ever witnessed any destruction of our natural environment like we do in Ghana? Even China, na omunkrofo ba ha be say your forest ni nema no. Unam China kwan so flowers no omuadua. Obetuma hu flowers on our roads. And we are destroying our environment. Skaben kwana yepe. Another thing as a country we need to focus primarily on is our health and our education, because a healthy society builds a country. If your people are not healthy, how are they going to contribute to the national development agenda? And I'm happy yesterday on the floor of Parliament, both sides of the divide agreed that we are now giving birth to children with serious disabilities. Nkwala omunye cancer. How? So are we thinking sika ben kra na yepe sika no kra de yede? And then these people behind Galamsey, they are so powerful to the extent that they sponsor the political parties and bring them to power. So what they want is what happens. Until the political class satisfy their whims and caprices, they will be dilly-dallying with us. So another thing they say, our funding for our political party, I think as of mine, it has become a national security issue we have to look at. Political parties, omunya musika wahi. Why no more musika? Because any political party that wins power become government for everybody. Is that not it? So we should be concerned about their source of funding. French president added no 5 years in jail.
Campaign seeker.
Campaign seeker. One from the rightful sources. They were able to establish, say, or Jessica free, your papa Gaddafi,
Libya.
Jessica no, Ebeji to me or France. But look at us. Obia Soria, Oscar, you can become president or MP in this country. So are we giving meritocracy away to people who have money? Youth no, they are no longer interested in education. Whatever means they will do to get money, no, omobeye.
You share the back so. One more, a blandish etuo a will be dream. Are you being a summa of some quesa? For instance, the see a celebrity golf club way, and yam 95 years on bed, your moyeno. Are you obi and a summa omo? Onipa suma omo no intent crowd do suma omo ti omo kratio no say awudie adwene awudi de trim enti no suma no po wotio se kono koye de okokoye no de see ye assurance ye kana no pe see nre ye no nipa na asuma omo no ex-cofa nipa wotie reporter microcofidi ba ya ebinum land guards for na ekratio. Enti one inviting Lankard for some emra boa on ekuratu no adwe wanya ne say mikodi ewu. Enti one more share chire no anyo mo na ese ade adwe ko mo so say identity us odi asemesi won ye fa say me na maso nipa no amadi tu yakoba bi ne ye chemia eno emu asen say ye beti ne ye sana wo mo achi ekuratu no mo ne achi wo mo na mo kimpins na share chire no na ye gya wo enyes bibia eye threat edema o man yesan say ebedo baby no ye benya nipa de bebre a obotumi asoma nipa se ko tiuko ewe eja is two things mraye juma we ensi da kohwe ebia obi na asase na obi de aban tumi abeji asase na finisem wa court be tina asem so aka no yie no inde no mo adwene ochina no mo adwene enti ekodru sa obey there you take the law into
their own hands. And these things are common. The other side of the coin, if you flip it and say, Eja, Inka, I always say, Ghana, we are never poor. It's mismanagement and lack of good leaders. Ye tutu ye nime ye, no obia nye juma ye ta Africa kra. Obetima fa obia manetio se kwedi boni we no obeko. Onko. So the bottom line is what? Poverty. Ekom.
Yɛne imane kuti na edi nkɔmɔ na anɔpɛ na nsɛm yɛ ka nyinaa na ɛfa yɛn bambɔ ɛho etu akodi ankorankora nsɛm ɛne ɔkwan a nipa bi ɛfa so di ewu a ebi wɔ hɔ a wote koraa na wo yɛ mahyew ana meka sɛ yɛn nuanom de si wɔ garo ne ntine ne yɛsɛ sɛ akyerɛkyerɛfo hɔ nyina obi amfiri hɔ ntubom sɛ bewi aseɛ no na mpuntudwuma ɛsɛ kɔ so de ntumi nkɔ homesua nso ɛsɛ kɔ so ntumi nkɔ nkwara ne nso ɛbɛtwɛn sɔhwɛ sɛ de ɔmo a ɛwɔ sade sector ha basabasa esie no ɛbɛtwɛn sɔhwɛ no nti ɛde ne kakrakra kwa na ɛkɔ anim ɛna afei awia ketee bedwam na nkurufo kurekure tuo ɛde yɛ nneɛma ahodoɔ sɛm bɛkae koraa na so wotuom na nsɛn akora wode bi kɔ so wɔ hɔ sɛm bɛkae a yɛse abɛdi ntuo bi ase naming ceremony bi saa ɔhema bi ɔno nso nipa bedwam pete mu popo ebonitio de siye ɛwɔla ɛno so ɔba ebesi ne hema ɔno so nkrofo twehye bebrebe ɛwɔ hɔ no ɔno so ebonitio ɛnyɛ ɔnkɔ yɛ kase bɛka ɛyɛ bebre enti no ade ne nyɛ faako sɛ medi kankan no mantam bia ne deɛ hwɛ oti region deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ a ama enkwada akora so won bi school kra se enkwada eze Pandai Senior High School also enkwada 4 penny school there will be a school yes the whole school enkwada 4 penny call
that's true
e sad basabasa ye koso ho ni nti enti ye bibia ese hwe enti yima ye kono wogi di se eden as oman ye de sisi aye sense ade no enye fa konewo awo bibia nkra ha awo bibia langard foi yesi etu omso sa yehuniti huninai ese no wo mo wo busha wo mo ye galam se ya yetu omso se no ese no munya djuma bia enye enzu yakami bakurum etwedi kurikom na ede na sese ye na ye ma no enkwachi betumi esia no
so eja ansa na mbekọ ho no mpeso etifo nti asese se enye Ghana problem bi it has become an African problem because o share the ECOWAS free movement of persons and goods and services are Africans omu wo yekrom omu diboni no omu dosu ye. So when I was coming, Andra, I came across an article. It's written by one African, Adekye Nsroma, and needs something capture the true picture of what is happening in our country and for that matter, Africa. For the purpose of a TFO. Or see, there comes a time in a nation's life when even the educated must admit defeat, not because they have failed, but because the system reward failure. This is the crisis of Africa, not lack of education, not lack of talent, but the deliberate exclusion of culpable minds from positions of influence. Political deployment has become the new apartheid. It separates the lawyer from the qualified. It replaces thinkers with followers and silences those who still believe in merit. In such a country, education no longer inspires, it humiliates. Because the child in the township sees the truth that the man who read all the books sit jobless. Say something like that. Whilst the one who shouts the loudest slogan drives a government car. When young people see that power is gained through party loyalty, not through knowledge, they lose faith in school. They drop out not because they are lazy, but because the system has made ignorance profitable. Our system has made ignorance Very profitable. And that is the situation we find ourselves not only in Africa, but in this country. That is the economic collapse we refuse to measure. The destruction of faith in education. We export good but import poverty. We have diamonds under our feet and debt over our heads. We send our best engineers abroad whilst we appoint cousins to build bridges that collapse before the ribbon is cut. The revolution Africa needs today is not just political, it is intellectual. How does that sit with you? So now let's go to what government needs to do. Because I say it's not a Ghanaian problem, it has become an African problem partly because of globalization. And Utie the Minua Ichona, doesn't it sadden you, Eja? Is that not what is happening in our system today? People who are qualified are sitting down. People who don't even know anything about administration are managing offices. So in a system like that, what do you think will bring? When there's economic collapse, when our health institutions collapse, when our educational institutions collapse, what does it bring? Not insecurity. So immediate action, we need to look at our border security. And some way I cancer. There technology we can use to by way of surveillance. Say drones or ho. Those things that will benefit us, we are not interested in those things. Sebi, your national security, your police who are in charge of our internal security. Kobisa almost say drones are here no more. Helicopters from be have they been able to fly those helicopters? Nka omu decide sika koto drones are not through immigration cry, and they use it to surveil our borders are. Say nka these bad people cannot get into the system. The helicopters no ewahe. Adene helicopters no enye ejuma. Nobody's talking about it. And we think that the youth of this country will be quiet. Look, the Gen Z group, is just governance or leadership must know that there's a saturation point for everything. They shouldn't take with the youth for granted though. We are watching. The day we mass up and take the streets of this country, the police and the military with their guns because there's so much anger in the system. Another thing we have to do is disarmament and arms control. How do we disarm and bring the arms control? Amnesty, depending on the applicability, will be successful or otherwise. And there must be clear timelines, Eja. After the arms and the amnesty, no, and yes, I am quadro. Say your security for no, use intelligence and do targeted rates. Obia enyeso on kita weapon biano omunji finisem and just not collecting. They should make sure that you best set up specialized courts to try these people. And these armed dealers who are taking advantage of the situation, no muye de omuye no. Na abai ama mrana ayede edi omuye. Then we have to enhance security personnel protection. Sebi, share your police. Do you know that some of them use their money to buy their own uniforms they wear? The boots they even wear? How would they not be corrupt on our streets? Unapproved rules. It's not any fault of them. They are not properly remunerated. One, there's no welfare scheme for them. There's no this retention program to train them. Free police as a recruiter, you are on your own at the whims and caprices of your boss. Now let's look at the medium term.
Okay.
As a building your community policing and trust, because I always say that security enya aban kwan ejuma. Enya security service kwan ejuma. We the citizens, we have a role to play. We must make sure that we report suspicious activities.
Okay.
We must shy away from ethnic division and put our country first, and make sure that we collaborate with our security agencies so that they can keep me and you safe. Okay. And we must look at our justice system reforms, swift prosecution and here, because deterrent measures are it will the bad boys will always have appetite to do whatever they want to do, and we need to establish some specialized court for these processes and reduce corruption in law enforcement. And then the conflict resolution. Aban will need to allocate enough resources in this area, especially the northern enclave of the country, okay. Because there are one too many chieftaincy conflict and land. And the final one, they say government must look at how it can bring social economic development and the equitable distribution of the national cake. And I say this because look, Adena Eja Bibia Wakra, all our ministries are in Accra. Upe Bibia, no free Saboba. Ejiso Fuka Bra Accra. Yes, we are tonight class astro economics your for comparative advantage in economics. And yes, sir. Be the bread basket of Ghana. Minister Agri should be in the Brown Half region. He's not sitting in the offices and driving big cars. Many countries have gone through the phases we have gone over. Okay. But you know our challenge, we think that we have made it, and that is why we are suffering. We have to admit as a country, we have to admit as a continent, say we have failed. Yes, and it's not too late to go and start and get the basics right. It is say building a house. Okay. Foundation in yes stronger. I don't know engine.
Me da se papa na no pay. Nkomo edi etia wo. Na so se o ka so badwene ho akwachire ye mu do papa. E mu do pa bambo ho asam de ye ka. E bia e ma wabobo no to ba fu se bia e normal. Enye normal sakra. Yesa sam kwese ba frankensi so. Se de me kan de tuna kodi ankorankuru nsemu a bebi ensise tu ko na eko ana dipa bi wo so de mo dwuma ne se ye didi ewie ne atifi ne se hey mo fa tuomra na mo nkodi nsem hunu no mo yo no mo ko enti safo ni nyina no ye tumi nye bibi fanfa ma ne nye ya na ewie ya ka ye de aka ye de awie enim se mpanyifo ahwe ati afutu bi wo ho ne adwunche bi ona mutu bi wo ho a omo na be ni nyina enti Emmanuel Kutin, executive director at the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. And any day in Como and Anope. I hope womb system no bebre. Now, say, come out, coaches, I let a free, I didn't crop for Sumasi, a bayes 419 security, Kionet in a Sifunia, and name, kidnap Uncroft. Some war, and Tino, Yashin will be, and Sana Ajinsemu. Yabadasi, you try home, Rabbi for Batanasi. Now, you didn't come. Enra. Attorney General a press conference and some or ya kwaba bedin ko mo ntwe